on this beautiful Monday morning. Let's try to catch fish. Oh, let's try to catch fish. Gonna use a wacky rig right now, just to try. Weightless. Super shallow here, so probably not the best idea, but definitely not the best idea. But hey, here we are. Hey, Mika, what's up, man? Who else is out here? Gilles, ça va, Gilles, man? What's up? Let's get you a fish. So yeah, I've just had this wacky rig set up, but for here, I don't think that's the best idea. I'm gonna throw this. Fortunately, I ripped off my mini chatterbait yesterday. It's somewhere over there. So tomorrow morning, I think we're due for a kayak mission. All right, hold on. Let's catch you a fish. I'm feeling bassy. So, guys, I discovered this thing. The Cabela's Go-To Shad. It's like $3 a bag. There's 7 of them in there, and they have the most amazing motion. It's like a poor man's chatterbait. I don't know why people don't recommend them more often, but look, you can get 10 of these for like $2.99 at at Bass Pro Shops. I got them because I needed to get the $25 for my gift card. Gonna throw this on this sickle hook crappie jig. Okay, we'll see. If we don't hook up into fish, I'll make it a little less shallow. Let's just try it. Yes, we are fishing for bass, Mr. Giles. Check my drag. See if we can catch you a bass, Giles. I'm just happy to be out here after the weekend. Oh, it swims so beautifully. Look, I don't know if you guys can see it, but look at the swim motion. That's a ton of motion for a cheap bait. Yesterday, I caught a lot of fish on this setup. Let's keep trying. If the fish are not gonna, if I'm not gonna be able to hook the fish properly, I'm gonna make the hook a little bit more exposed. Hmm. Ooh, this gets deep over there. Let me cast along the bank. When I came here, there was a bass sitting right here, like a pounder. All right, 20 people on the live stream, only one like. What's going on? Don't forget to give me a like. I need him. I feel like that's a good. That looks like a bassy spot. Unless I, unless I got myself into some weeds already. I think I did. Unfortunately. And what? Hold on. Yeah, there we go. This is a little better. I feel like on the last one I was a little pushed up. Hmm, nothing. Just a couple more casts and get out of here. There's better spots. Sometimes with this spot, you can catch a ton of them. Sometimes you don't. Hey, Ronya, what's up? Ronya, it's good to see you. Yeah, I'm just fishing this morning. I'm not fishing ultralight, believe it or not. I'm fishing for bass. And yesterday, when my kid was sleeping, I ran out here in the morning and I fished this the same way, and I caught half a dozen fish in about, I don't know, an hour and a half, 2 hours. Unfortunately, I lost my mini chatterbait yesterday right at the spot, and I was casting it towards there. So I feel like a kayak trip is coming up tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get it out, but I did better when I had weed cover. I would basically, I put that thing on a one, I think it's 1/32 of an ounce jig head, and I would just kind of swim it between the weeds, and man, the bass would ambush it. Couple of fish I lost. I lost at least 3 fish because the hook is really not big. But otherwise, yeah, no, this thing is, so this is the Cabela's go-to shad, and I was at Dick's Sporting Good, not Dick's, Bass Pro Shops, and I had the $25 gift card, and I bought 2 packs of Gulp jerk shad, and I needed like $4, and I picked up like this pack. It doesn't even look good. I'll show you the pack. But man, I will be like, those are great as a trailer too for like a chatterbait because they're almost like a poor man's chatterbait. I gotta show you the pack. I don't think you saw it, but even the pack like screams budget. But I gotta tell you, this thing is great. So yesterday I threw it on my chatterbait as a trailer. First cast, I got a fish. Then I did a couple more casts and I lost my chatterbait. But here, you see, it doesn't even look. It just looks industrial, right? It's amazing. It was $2.99, and this is the right color for Jersey. I really like using black and white for Jersey. If Grumpy Orca ever releases his own plastic, it's gonna look exactly like Orca, black and white. All right, let's go. Let's go to a different spot. Hey, what's going on, fat cat? Great for walleye in the river. Yeah, Miko. One day I have not caught a walleye in my life yet, but I feel like if this keeps going and my wife don't kick me out of the house, we might be catching some walleye. Right now they're catching walleye in Lake Hopatcong. See, somebody came into my shorts and told me that I set up my lure finding. Look, it is a glob of braid. I love it. You know you're doing something right when you got people hating you. So funny. A 42-year-old man from Jersey would be going out there with his kids and setting up lures on the bank so he can look like he found them. All right, let's go for a little walk. What I was gonna say, yeah, Ron, my kid has been doing really well. You know what we've been using? Look, I watched a couple of videos on how to properly use a wacky rig, and honestly, wacky rig has been out fishing chatterbait at sunset. There's something about sunset at this place. I think everywhere, really. Right past the sunset, if you see the video, you can see that the sun's already down. And with my younger kid, same thing on this rod. He caught that huge bass right at sunset, and I had more success with the, this is a weightless wacky rig. We caught 3 bass yesterday on this in about 30 minutes at sunset. But when I used a weighted wacky rig hook, I caught more fish. So, but it also, that's not exactly significant because it could have been just a bad day for fishing. Alright. Ooh, I feel like we're gonna get a bass. Sure. Man. All right, guys. If I do end up in sinking here, somebody's gonna have to call 911. Grumpy sinking at the lake. All right, dude, that looks like quicksand. Whatever it is. All right, I feel like we're gonna get a fish here because this is very weedy. Very weedy. So what I do with that thing, with the trailer thing, I just kind of swim it on the surface, like barely, like maybe like 1 or 2 inches, and I just twitch it, and it has great action. I don't know. Who else is out here? I see 25 people on live stream. That's pretty good. Let's catch a fish. I think Jules is in the live stream. I promised him a bass too. So I just gotta twitch it. I don't really let it sink, and man, they come for it. At least that was the case yesterday, and a couple days. I don't think that's a fish, but I'm 1,000% confident I'm gonna get a dinky bass today. Doing this, I was here this last morning doing the same thing. Caught like 7. Nah, that's not a fish. See, I let it sink a little bit, and what I get? I get seaweed. I get weeds. All right, let's keep alternating. Yeah, don't feel like ultralight fishing today. I feel like catching you guys a bass, so it might be a slow stream. Who else is here? Is it me or are you buffering badly? I'm on 5G ultra wideband, 4 out of 5, so I'm actually having better reception than a Starlink would right now. Unless it might be you, Anya. But yeah, I'm on a 5G ultra wideband, so it should be pretty crispy. I read that I was considering Starlink to take to Sandy Hook, but financially it makes 0 sense. Um, but I noticed that speeds of Starlink are actually slower than Verizon 5G ultra wideband. So I'm just finessing this thing around weed beds, hoping for hoping for a strike. Oh, oh, that's a bass, baby. Let's go. See, Grumpy got you, baby. I got you on bass. Gilles, get back in the chat, baby. My French brother, come on. I promised you fish. Just here's your bass. I see, I told you I was finessing in the bass, and Grumpy twitched himself into this beautiful, dinky largemouth. See that? All right. Look at that. Okay, nice and easy. Huh, why are you so muddy? See that? Right in the corner of the mouth. You welcome. All right, feeling good this morning. So yeah, so what I do is once again, I almost use it as a top water lure, and it works for me. I know it's a weird technique, but I basically kind of let it drop in the water column a little bit, like 2 inches, 3 inches. Oh, he's good. I don't want to throw him in the mud. That's why I had to eat him. But yeah, bass fishing was going on. So the biggest fish I caught on this yesterday. Oh, by the way, my other short is my kid caught this gigantic largemouth. And I've caught a fish smaller than that last year, but people, I'm gonna drop the arguing, but I love when people come into a YouTube video and tell me what's the size, what's the weight of the fish I caught. After I tell them repeatedly that I caught a smaller fish last year at the same lake, so it was pretty much just as healthy, and gut hooked it and took it home, and it was 3.6 pounds on my very good scale that I use for shipping, for eBay shipping. But hey, besides that, my kid caught that with a 2.5 inch kite tag. But I believe in this. I believe in this Cabela's Easy Shiner. I'm gonna buy more of these because this is basically like a gulp minnow without a scent, and I use it on a little underspin jig from Amazon. This is nothing fancy. This is just I don't even know the name of the company, but I like them for crappie fishing. Oh. But I kind of like if I see a weed bed, I kind of almost go top water with it, and it works. You get strikes. You're not gonna get a strike on every cast, but it outfishes chatterbait, I think. As soon as I feel it getting bugged out in the weeds, I'll just twitch it out of the weeds and keep doing this. I have my boots on today, so let's walk down. Hey, what's going on, FSC? Thank you. Real Dirty South, what's up? Hey, Real Dirty South, I think it's your channel that blew up. Is that you? Somebody's channel, like I watched it and I remember like I think you got like 4,000 subs in like 2 weeks, dude. Congrats on that. YouTube game's not easy, so what you did there is pretty astonishing. I think it's you. I'm pretty sure it's your account. I think you had a couple of viral shorts and Kadoosh. Oh, dude, I think I'm gonna get into a fish. I think I might be a bass. Ah, hold on. Let's drop it. Let's drop it on the bottom and pretend we're sick. I just had a strike. Hold on. You had a crazy week, right? What's going on, Nick Ramsey? So yeah, we caught a one largemouth so far. I'm fishing on a light rod. If you know me, you know that's how I fish. And I do have a bass rod with me. Unfortunately, it's not a fast action tip, but I brought a fluke with me just to try also. And yeah, we'll just have some fun. I'm not a bass fisherman, but maybe I'll challenge myself and embarrass myself at a live stream. Yuri, what's going on? Let me hold on. I might be able to read your name. Hold up. Let's the processing begin. Yuri Alexeyevich. Real Dirty South though. Dude, that's awesome. You're probably looking at your phone every second now. Dude, you got like I think you got like 2,000 subs in like a week. That's so keep that virality up. And that's good. Oh, yep. Oh, he came for it again. That's the same fish. I saw him coming for it. It's all right. I'm getting antsy now. Came for it again and he dropped it. Hold on, Grumpy. We got this. Let me expose the hook a little bit. I had this problem yesterday. I know I'm fishing on a tiny hook, but trust me, it works. I probably had much better hookups if I fished differently, but I know there's a fish there. The reason is I like to get that, I'm basically, I want to stay weedless. You know what? I do have a wacky rig. Maybe I'll hit that. But let me drag it again. It's definitely bass here. Yeah, I stay glued. Little time limit views in the week. Nice. Oh, so you should be able to apply for monetization. That's awesome. Do you edit your video? Well, you don't have to answer this in live stream. If you don't, that's fine. But do you edit your videos in on the outside app, or do you just use YouTube? I just use YouTube app to edit all my shorts. I've never had a viral video, but I'm super happy you got one. That's awesome. I never knew anybody, even on YouTube, who had like viral videos like that. And I've been doing YouTube for like a year now. All right, here's what we're gonna do. If we get no success right now, I'm gonna do like 2 more casts. I have a wacky rig. I think there's only dinky bass here, but I'm gonna cast like 3 more times. We did catch one of them, so we're not exactly just blind here. I didn't expect anything to evolve like that. CapCut, nice. I gotta try CapCut. My kid kept telling me that all his friends use CapCut that have accounts. Nice. But no, man, I mean this sincerely. I'm happy to see people do well. Because YouTube is a competitive place. I'm just an amateur fisherman, and those veteran YouTubers always talk a lot of crap about new channels and how they're ruining YouTube. But it's funny, nobody was ruining YouTube when they were starting out, right? All right, here's what we're gonna do. Maybe like 2 more casts. If I get no fish, I'm gonna try a wacky rig, and look what I have in my pocket. This is actually very similar to my fluke fishing rig. So I fished 6-inch jerk shad for fluke, and this is a zoom shad. And I did catch one fish on it last night, but I changed up the jig head. This is a ice strike jig head, and it's actually a perfect. I think it's a perfect match for this in weight. It's a 3/16, not a quarter, but a little bit heavier because and I think we might get some luck here. I actually think I might get a fish right now because I casted in a new spot. Let's see. Oh, something came for it. Ah, I gotta cast again. They missed it. I saw that fish coming from the bank too. Hold on. Let me do this again. And if not, we'll cast a wacky worm. I like fishing spots like these for bass because they all sit by the bank and they just come and ambush it. Uh, hold on. And it's so shallow here that you can actually see. I don't know what it's called when you see like the water, like a V pattern in the water. It makes me want to get out there. Yeah, I lost a decent bass yesterday fishing for bluegill. I think what's happening now. So my kid hooked into that monster bass that I posted. We were ultralight fishing, and he had a actually wait, yeah, he had that jig head on. He had that jig head on with a little underspin, and he had a kite tack on. Yeah, I think no, it had a Gulf minnow on. And he hooked into that fish. It took us about 5 minutes to bring it in, but man, the bite in Jersey at least is on right now. Obviously, it's spawn season, so you know he might have just dragged that bait right over the bed of the fish. But all right. How many casts did I say I was gonna make? I feel like one more cast and we leave, and I mean, we try the wacky rig. I lost track while I was blabbing. Anyways, congrats, man. I feel like you're gonna. I think those shorts of yours, they're gonna keep getting more popular, and I think you're gonna be at 10,000 subs. Believe me, because YouTube's just gonna push that stuff out to more viewers. I think you're gonna be at 10,000 subs by June, but I don't want to jinx it. So, congrats again. All right, I'm feeling this cast. So I just twitch that thing. All right, I think they're onto my game here. Let me go grab the wacky rig. And while I walk, I love it. I'm like a true Jersey gentleman. Nothing I say is true. Oh man! But I gotta tell you, fishing with boots is so underrated. I don't know why I never did. Why I always been fishing with boots, with shoes. You basically get access to like 80% more fishing. So it gets a little stinky, but man, you go to places where no other people go, just like kayak fishing. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. I have a wacky rig. Thanks for being patient with me, guys. I have this wacky rig on a weedless hook, and it's a pretty good setup. Eric, what's up? Yeah. Good morning from Idaho. Grumpy, when you will invest in waders? No, no. I have Eric. I have waders. I have actually the cool guy waders. I have Sims. I bought them used. They're Sims G3, and people think I have money when I wear those, but I just can't wear waders right now because it makes here I can just be in boots. But yeah, I got these on Facebook Marketplace. These are Muck Boot Company Arctic Sport. Dude, 60 bucks brand new. And gee, that was worth every penny. They're so comfortable. You can buy boots for like 18, $19 on Amazon, but I have one of those pairs. If you put like 10 walking miles on them, they're gonna crack. I had two pairs of those. I'm actually about to start doing long form fishing challenges and cash and cooks. I ordered some pigs. Better chop it. Now, real dirty south. I'm gonna say something, which I notice what happens to people that get successful with shorts. Don't get disappointed if your long forms get no views. When you post them, just post on your community page to watch the video. If you have a dedicated following, ask your people to hype the video. Because do you know TRK Fishing? I don't know if you noticed, but his long form videos get like, he has like 250,000 subscribers or something like that. He has a lot. But his long form videos get no views. And YouTube will not push your views to you. Like, this is just my opinion based on what I saw, because I kind of got obsessed with YouTube for a year. YouTube will not give you views on your long forms if your short forms are absolutely fire. So don't get disappointed if your first long form video gets like 1,000 views. It's fine, because most of the people that came to you for shorts just want to watch like a short content video. So the way you made your subscribers is with the short form videos, and they're probably not gonna want to watch long form, but it'll come. That's it. I'm gonna stop preaching, but I figure I'd give you some advice. I want to really fish with the fluke. Feel like the way I fished that other bait, I'm gonna do better with the fluke. Long form is weird when it comes to fishing videos. Yeah. What's going on, Doris with Skeeter? Oh, I see people in the chat. What's going on? Paul, I'm sorry I missed you. Full top notch fishing. We got Eric. We got Eric. Are you from Europe? I think you are because you left me a comment. If I'm dead wrong, I'm sorry. Wow, this line coils. This is a cheap line. I don't use this rod often. I know it coils. Don't make fun of me, but this rod does not get much use. But we converted to a bass rod. Who else is here? Deleon, Outdoors with Skeeter, Old Man Jack's Adventures, Pauline, and that's it. I think it's not a stagnant water pond. This is actually it's actually a moving water. There's a you see there. There comes a little creek in there and goes all the way across. They use this. This is basically like a reservoir. So definitely, it's definitely not stagnant water. It's moving water, but it's overgrown, obviously. Let's eat this thing out there. So I really like Wacky Rig for deeper spots. I got hooked on Wacky Rig because me and my kid go to a different spot at sunset, and we absolutely had a dynamite weekend fishing for bass with my kids with the Wacky Rig, and it was fun. But I think Wacky Rig is a little boring for a live stream, so that's why I'm gonna put a fluke on. And maybe we'll get out of this spot. We'll see. Do a couple more casts and we'll change up. I know a spot where we're gonna definitely gonna catch fish. Yeah, Jersey has some good bass fishing, and one thing I gotta tell you about Jersey is that, and I've said it before, not many people in Jersey fish. Everybody's too busy. Everybody in Jersey got to make that money for that shiny white suburban. It's a bit of a rat race state, and I'm not going to get into the politics of it. So yeah, you can come to a place like this. Even on I was here Sunday morning. There was not a single person here, and I stayed here till about 9 a.m. Did not see a single other fisherman. And this place has a ton of bass in it. Oh man, I had a fish on. Grumpy, you should have set the hook. You were not expecting that. I had a fish. So I only landed one fish and I had like got him. Ah, not a big one, but I got this one. Not a big one. Just a oh wow, he's a hungry little fellow. Look at him. He ate a wacky rig. See that? I'm sorry guys. I know this is not a YouTube sized fish, but hey, we're doing something. I'm leaving here with something, right? It's not exactly not gonna get me YouTube fame for look, he's a hungry little fellow. Look at him. He ate a bait like that. Yeah, I'll try to get you a bigger one next time. I promise. But at least we know they're biting. I don't know if this guy came back for it, but I felt like the first fish was a much stronger bite. He was definitely a hungry little fella. Yeah, I'm. You know where I got this line from? This line came. Look how thick it is. I think it's at least 8 pounds. It came on one of those $20 Walmart specials. I bought for my wife's friend's kid because the kid wanted to get into fishing, and I could not give them a setup with this line, so I switched it to a nice 4 pound line for an ultralight, and I just threw this. Ah, I don't know if that was a bite or not. Let's see, quick pulling. Yeah, so we're up for two bass. Let's see, Grumpy, are you in Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York? Paul, I'm in Jersey. A lot of people don't like us from Jersey, I guess, because of politics. But I stay out of politics. There's a lot of good people in Jersey, at least in the first responder. Oh, dude, I saw him eat it too. Jeez, Grumpy, why you set the hook so fast? I just saw like a dinky bass come up and eat it as it was just free floating. Okay. Oh. Grumpy almost left his lure on the tree. Yeah, look how coily this line is. So, like I said, this line came from I think it's at least 8 pounds from one of those $20 rod and reel combos, but I felt bad just throwing it out there. So that's why I have it. But you know what? Maybe wacky rig is good for fishing in a live stream because I can read the live stream as it falls. This might be an underrated lure for fishing with live streams. Now let me cast it out properly. No, let's see. I was looking somewhere else. Let's see. I'm in Central Jersey, man. I actually do have my own pond on my property, and I have three local ponds that I have access to. Nice, Paul. That's awesome, man. Well, then you got your fishing dialed in. I'm not gonna ask you to take me fishing, but have you ever caught a bowfin in one of those ponds? Let's see. I'm not a carp, catfish, central. Got it. Okay, my bad. I'm just catching up to the chat now. Yeah, with this line, I'm telling you, this line is this might as well be Zepco line. But like I said, you guys know I fish with my kids, so we do go through a lot of lines. It's getting much better though. It's getting much better. My kids, my 7-year-old is it's scary how good he is. Makes me proud. I'm not even exaggerating. You know what he does? I don't know if you guys heard about iFish, but there's a channel out there. This guy's super dry, super technical about ultralight fishing. I learned most of my stuff from him. So my kid, when we drive um, now he listens to videos by iFish and memorizes everything. Hey, DCP, what? No bowfin? Hey, by the way, Paul, we're fishing for largemouth bass. Um, Paul, DCP is also from basically central New Jersey. So we got 3 men from New Jersey, 3 amigos. We're just having fun using a wacky rig weightless, and we're fishing for anything that bites, but probably gonna be a largemouth, right? I gotta go pick up my rod. I caught the dinkiest little fish on a wacky rig right now. I was so surprised. And this particular place is way overpopulated with dinks because nobody keeps bass in Jersey. It would be good if we kept 13, 14-inch fish for a couple of years here because there's so many of them here. That's why the fish doesn't get bigger. Oh my God, Grumpy, you're an idiot. I had a nut. He ate it. I saw him eat it top water, and I set the hook too fast. Maybe the fish is just small. So that was the second time. Oh no, wacky rig almost done. I gotta buy those. Which rubber bands do you guys use for wacky rigs? Oh, that sucked. I'm gonna let it drop. Hey, what's going on, Cindy? DCP, we got to go out there and fish this week. This week I'm feeling good. I've completed most of my house chores for spring. Where's the big fish at, man? I want a big one. That fish ate it right. The last fish bit it right at the top. So maybe I twitch it right over the weeds. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna cast this thing in. I'm gonna go get my other rod. I don't know why I left it behind. And while this thing sits, maybe something will eat it. Not sure if it's the best strategy, but with a Shakespeare rod, I'm not too worried. Worst case scenario, we're gonna go on the mission tomorrow and get it out. I don't think anything's gonna happen. I'll be right back. Go get my other rod. Who else is in here? Let's check the chat. Cindy, Rania. Oh, look at me. Feeling very chinny today. All right, let's keep going. Let me grab my rod. So yeah, surprise, surprise, no ultralight rod fishing this morning. Grumpy does. I have a light rod. You can actually buy this at Walmart for like 25 bucks. Same price as the ultralight. That's a great rod. I don't know why, but they say you can put line up to 10 pounds on it. I don't know what kind of fish you're gonna be wrangling on a light rod with 10-pound line, but what do I know? Um, while the wacky rigs is sitting there, let me just do a couple of casts. I'm feeling frisky. That fish that was jumping after that. Let me see if I can set a hook on that fella. Nope, he's not fish. I know there's fish out there in those weeds. Oh, got him. See that? I told you, right? He ate it right at the top water. We got him, boys. We got him. We just need to and then we lost him. He ate it right at right at the top of the water. Okay, so can't set a hook on the fish. Grumpy, you're embarrassing me. We had a fish on, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to set this hook a little bit more shallow into that plastic body. And these plastics I've caught yesterday, I was using the same setup. They really don't get beat up. I'm not using the correct hook. I should really be using, but I like to go weightless. And I like this underspin. So I'm going to set this hook a little bit more out. So we might get more weeds, but we also might catch a fish. Hold on. So I basically cast it, and right away I start just retrieving it. And it actually creates like a little splash too. And I go right, that was another fish. All right, I think we're going to stay here, boys and girls. But I feel like we're going to get some fish here. What I really want to do is buy that Gamakatsu shaky head because they have a much better hook. So we're getting bites basically almost on every cast. I guarantee you I'm going to have you a fish in the next 5 minutes. Let's check. Let's check if a man from New Jersey is a liar. Let's start the clock. Let's see, Paul, I'm going to read that in a second because come on, fish. Not only do I have to hook a fish, I actually have to land it. Now I got into weeds. Got into weeds. Let's see, pressure's on, Grumpy. What you gonna do? Going top water a little bit, now letting it drop after I cleared the weeds. Letting it drop again. Twitch, twitch. Twitch, twitch, let it drop. Yeah, getting bites, bud. Let's see. Let's set the hook on the fish. We're at a minute and a half. Paul says, "Yeah, I'm bored. Raised here in Central Jersey. My family owns a big well drowning company. I grew up with a lot of land. My grandfather was a plumber, so I know a lot of people and I have access." Nice. That's awesome. I actually work as a private driver for somebody with a very large plumbing company. Yeah. If my kid wants to go into trades, if he does decide that, I'll tell him to either be a plumber or electrician. That's it. I think electrician is better considering everything's going electric. But plumber, probably just as good. People always need hot water to take a shower, right? On a Saturday night. That's when they pay $5,000 for a $500 water heater. Unfortunately, in Jersey, that happens all day. That's how the plumbing companies make their money. Okay, Grumpy, I think you're a liar. Where's the fish at, man? All right, let me pull the wacky rig out and let me get over there and try to get you guys a fish. The pressure's on. See, from Jersey. I'm here in Millstone Township, but I went Freehold Townships High School. Yeah, Freehold is awesome. My buddy from my fire department used to be a general manager at a car dealership there. He used to give us side jobs when we were young firemen to bring cars. So I spent a lot of time there. I got you, GCP. You gotta get ready for work. Thanks for hanging out with me, though. We gotta see if we can meet up this week. Not sure about the weekend, but during the week possible. Josh Slav. Good morning, Josh Slav. I see you, man. Sorry if I didn't see you right away. Kind of. I want pressure's on. I got 1 more minute to catch a fish for these fellas. For ladies and gentlemen in the chat. All right, let me pull this wacky rig out. Pressure's on. We caught 2 bass. We had about 5 fish on. So yeah, the last 3 fish I lost, but I know exactly why I lost them because of my setup. But we're gonna try to redeem myself. Grumpy, you got 50 seconds. I should start like some sort of a challenge. If I don't get a fish in 5 minutes, I gotta wear clown shoes. That'll be funny. All right, hold on. This is gonna be my last cast to try and get a fish. All right, Grumpy. Here we go. Next time if I hello, buddy bite. Okay, give me one more cast. It's 4:53. Give me another cast, chat. That's right. Oh no. Nope. All right, I failed miserably. Hey Shadow, what's going on? Mirror image, what's going on? I do wells, pumps, water treatment. Yeah, water treatment is smart. I don't know if you heard, but in Central Jersey we had some water problems. Who else is here? Shadow, how you doing? We caught 2 bass. We lost about 3 bass. And I promised to catch people a fish in a 5 minute time slot. And and I just had a bite. But hold on, that fish might be chasing it. Let's see. Nope. Hold on. I think there's a fish that wants to talk. I'm gonna order today when I come home. I'm gonna order gamakatsu. I think it's called Tricky Head. But there's like a shortage of them. But that would go perfect at 116. So I don't know if they make 132nds. That'll go perfect with this. All right, let's do a couple more casts. And I'll switch up my wacky rig to something else too. Not sure of fish. All right, let's cast not into the tree. That's good right there. You graduated in '02? That's funny, Paul, because I graduated in '02 also. I graduated in '02 and went to straight to Rutgers to become a biologist. As you can probably tell right now, being a biologist was not my mojo. Yes, I graduated in '02 and I went to Colonia High School. I gotta put you on some base. My PB is 9.3. Yeah, I graduated and I worked in Woodbridge Township while I was going through school, I worked as a fireman medic. That was a fun period of my life. I just wish, and then I graduated school. I think, what time was I getting out of Rutgers? Oh, I graduated right into the financial crisis. So when I got a job, I couldn't get into med school. When I got oh, that was a, oh, dude, that was a fish. Uh, I graduated, when I got into the job market, it was the financial crisis of 2008. So I think I was making $13 an hour at the lab with my shiny new biology degree. Hold on, let's let it drop. All right, I'm gonna do one more cast with this thing, and like I know I can get a fish with that, but we're gonna switch out my wacky rig to this. You dropped it. We're gonna switch out to this. You 30 minutes. Nice. Well, I don't live around Woodbridge Township anymore. I was there yesterday. My parents still live there, but yeah, Woodbridge is cool, but I don't want to raise my kids in Woodbridge. Anyways, this is just Jersey talk. All right, can I get one more cast? Let me get one more cast. Feeling lucky. Oh, that just missed the tree. No, it didn't miss the tree. It's on the tree, idiot grumpy. Well, good thing I'm going out here in a kayak tomorrow. Hold on, guys, one sec. Oh, there's actually a wacky rig on the tree also. Hold on, let me see if we can get it off. All right, nothing new here. I got my rig stuck in the tree. I was like, wow, that was a perfect cast. I see a wacky rig hanging up there too. Look, you guys see it? That's somebody's wacky rig. Let me see if I can come to that tree real quick. Oh, I got it out. The technique, man. The technique is good. The technique is good. I was able to get Gilles fishing three. Yes, Gilles like to make fun of me. He's from France and he uses Google Translate to insult me. I like it. At least he always supports me. Those trees are always bright. I know. The mission is on, right? I'm picker's here for that. Dude, we might be able to get that wacky rig out though. That's a nice little. No, there's no way I'm getting that out. That's like 8 feet off the ground. No, more than that. That's like 10 feet off the ground. Maybe if I invite my friend Minyama from Spurs, get it off. All right, hold on. I like how we just got here. I was supposed to only cast once, but here we are, 5 minutes later, and I'm still casting. Gilles, I'm done fishing the tree. Now I'm fishing for fish. Yeah. Good morning, Cedric. All right, that's it. This is my last cast for sure. After I get this out, I'm going to see if there's any presents for us on the tree. All right. But yeah, but this black and white color really works in Jersey. That's why I like to use Gulf minnows in black shad color. Yeah, I don't think we're getting that wacky rig out. That wacky rig has now become a permanent staple on that tree. I don't think anything we can get out really. Let's go back, grab the bass rod, the other bass rod, and throw on the fluke. This is a very dynamite setup for fishing, fluke fishing in Jersey Shore. All right, hold on, fix the hook. The hook is huge though. It's so funny. I use a small hook. Now I'm using a big hook. Nothing in the middle. I'm gonna go get my rod. We definitely caught a 4 pound fish on Friday, even though the internet told me it's 2 pounds, which is I really found that hilarious. Um, hold on, let me drag the wacky rig over those weeds one time before I put it away. Let me do this one time. I've had trouble setting the hook twice with the wacky rig. We're getting bites, but do one more time. But yeah, Jersey bass fishing is on right now. Even the big fish are biting. For fluke, last year, some people use that pepper color, like a little chartreuse and pepper, but I've been absolutely nailing them on white at Sandy Hook. We did live stream from Sandy Hook last week. I think we went out there on Thursday, and yeah, that was my worst stream of the year. But hey, oh, just had a bite. Let me drop this thing. There's a giant fish always chasing bait over there. I'm gonna show you. You see those turtles on the log? To the right of it, there's always a huge bass chasing bait. I think they trap it there, but I can't get there unless I have a kayak. All right, let's switch up. So we're gonna take off the wacky rig. All right, Caesar. Speaking of Caesar, imagine conquering the entire world and then somebody in Jersey names the salad after you, and that's it. Let's see. So yeah, this is an ice strike jig head. I love these for fluke fishing. I will not use anything else. Last year, one jig head lasted me the whole season. I didn't break off, and I probably nailed like 200 fish on it. You have a silver spinny bait? No, I don't have the silver spinny bait yet. What kind of spinny bait you talking about? I'm all ears. No, I'm just gonna use a improved clinch knot. Hold on. Okay, I think we good. Wow, crap my fingers. For some reason, I sound familiar. Well, unless you were a fireman around Woodbridge or worked in emergency services there, that's where I spent most of my life. All right, let's fish with the fluke. I'm not sure. I don't think we're gonna pick a lot of weeds with this setup, but let's try it. I do have a fluorocarbon leader. I believe it's 8 pounds. Yeah. Oh my God, that thing swims beautifully. That thing swims absolutely beautifully. It just jerks side to side. It's perfect. The only problem is I don't want to pick out weeds. Watch me lose my ice strike jig head on the live stream after telling you I haven't lost one in the ocean. All right, picked up some weeds. You use War Eagle with McClellan finesse. What's a War Eagle? Is that like a? That sounds familiar. Is that a jig head? Dude, that fluke swims so nicely compared to everything else I used today. Why no bite? Why no bite? Maybe because it's too big. Yeah, I am using a fluorocarbon leader, which I generally don't use. But all right, we're gonna keep moving. All right, 30 people in the chat, 30 likes. I appreciate it, guys. If you didn't do so yet, help me out. Hit that like button. We did catch some fish today. I'm pretty confident that by the end, in the next 20 minutes, I'm gonna have a fish because I'm going to a very fishy spot. I really want to catch a big one though. For those of you that are bass fish, do you guys use a fluke on a weightless hook? Yesterday I actually used it on the wacky rig hook, and that's how I got my fish. Maybe I should have tried it on the wacky rig hook first. Yeah, 3/16 ounce is basically perfect. 3/16 ounce is a perfect jig head for fluke fishing if you're using like a 6-inch jerk shad. If you're using 5-inch, I think people tell you to use they use a quarter ounce jig head. All right, let's change. I'm going to do one more cast here, and we're changing up spots. This place has a ton of bass in it, but the bite is off. I'm picking up seaweed. Oh, there's a bass that just surfaced right there. You know what? Let's see if he's still home. Let me see. I have on my other rod. All my spinning reels are 3,000 size dial reels with a 20-pound braid main line and whatever fluoro size I need. Gotcha. Do you use Seaguar as your fluoro? I use Seaguar. I use Red Label, and I use I think I use for fluke. I use like 10-pound fluorocarbon, and I think either 15. I think I use 15-pound Suffix blue braid. Ah, that was a bite. Fish. There we go. I'm telling you, there's something about this Cabela's 3-inch shad. Wait, really? It's not a bass. It's a slab pumpkin seed. Look at the size of this fish. Wow, that is a pretty fish. I was not expecting a slab pumpkin seed. I gotta take a video of this. That's a slab pumpkin seed. Wow. That's the first time I caught a slab pumpkin seed on that. That is a beautiful fish. Let me do a high resolution video because I always do my videos in very wow. That is a big fish. I love pumpkin seed. I love pumpkin seed. Look how pretty this fish is. That right there is a predator. That's definitely a male. All right, let's put it back. It's not a giant, but he bit a 3 inch. I'm telling you, Rania, you know bass fishing. I don't. I know 10% about bass fishing compared to you. This thing is amazing. I can't believe it's $2.99 for a pack of 10, and they don't really break. You almost fish like a jerkbait. I don't know. That's not a fish. Yeah, but if you try to fish it with a jerkbait, you're gonna tangle it up. It wasn't a giant. Yeah, it's true. Now that I think about it, I don't know why I always say that it's a giant, but that was not like a. I don't think that was a 9 inch fish. It was like a 8 incher. Okay. Oh, come on, Grumpy. That was a bass. That was definitely a bass. So yeah, I'm gonna. I know exactly what I'm doing wrong here. I'm using the wrong hook. But yesterday I was hooking them up pretty good. I need to get a Gamakatsu or Z-Man. I don't know. Do you guys what size? So Gamakatsu calls it the was it tricky head? Z-Man has the same hook, but they call it differently. I think Gamakatsu tricky head is out of stock. So I gotta if somebody can put down in the comments what's the Z-Man's answer to the tricky head. I'm gonna buy that and we'll be landing much more fish. But I figured out how to fish this spot. But good to see you, Raptor Will. I don't know if you were present when I was embarrassing myself at Sandy Hook, but I cleaned up my waders and I'm ready to go and redeem myself. I gotta go to Sandy Hook in the next 5 days. Oh, all right, let's do 3 more casts here for sure and get out of here because there's definitely a better place to fish for bass right now, and this ain't it. So we caught 2 largemouth, 1 pumpkin seed, and 1 weeping willow. That's right there. Managed to unsnag ourselves from the weeping willow. All right, so that's first cast. Do second cast. But yeah, second cast. All right, this cast I better get lucky. Let's see, pull at one time. Gilles, jerk minnow. Yes, jerk minnow. Very good, Gilles. All right, last cast at this spot. Man, I love this rod. No, I gotta recast this because I cast it right on top of right on top of weeds. All right, let's recast this. I feel like I haven't. Feeling good about this one. Why no fish? I think I even have a tiny fluorocarbon leader that's set up. All right, let's go to a new spot. I guess I was not feeling it. One time I wanted to be a professional bass fisherman, and my grandfather would take me to support shows throughout the country since I was like 9, 10 years old. Nice. Uh, I think bass fishing, professional bass fishing sport right now is turning into what professional car racing was, well, and still is 30 years ago. It's a big money sport. If you don't have your $10,000 Garmin setup with light scope and your $200,000 bass boat, I mean, I might be wrong, but it seems like a pay-to-play sport. I wish there would just there'd be like bass tournaments where you cannot use life scope. And I'm not hating on a life scope. I'm just one of those guys that will never have a boat with life scope because I just don't have the money for it. But I wish there was like a Bass Masters for poor people. No life scope, uh, and no weights and fish. I've had the pleasure to meet Kevin Van. If you're not a millionaire now, you're not a pro fisherman. Yeah, no, it is. They make everything about money. I'm a personal driver to a lot of very rich people, and man, some stories I hear, but they basically will take up some sort of a sport. Right now, the big sport is the WNBA. There's a lot of people with a lot of money in Jersey that are investing money. They want to make WNBA profitable and making big money. So they try and make it appeal to the broader range of people. Money is everything, right? You'll have a hedge fund buying some sort of a company, and they need to make money. That's what they're in the business for. Ooh, that was close. Almost broke it off. I mean, come on, we gotta get a fish now. Let me do like 2 more casts here. And there's a little point there that I like to fish, and it gives you access to a lot of very bassy spots. I'm gonna drag this along the bank. Come on. Okay, that's a fish. We're hooked. That's a decent sized fish, unless it's a decent sized fighter. Let's bring it in. Ooh, okay. It's jumping. There you go. That's the biggest fish we caught so far today. I told you I was gonna catch you one. That's a good sized fish, baby. Oh man, if I were to ever eat bass and throw them on a wood grill, this would be the size I would eat. See that? There you go. I'm telling you, it's not hurt to go. I was just kidding about eating you, buddy. But you are the size. Gilles, it's for you, my friend. Are you gonna keep making fun of me? All right, let's let him go. Let's go for the YouTube release. Nice fish. Okay, now I'm feeling better. Thanks, old man. Jax. Yeah, all I'm really fishing with is this is a 4 pound line on a 1,000 series reel, and a little piece of a four. Wait, do I even have fluorocarbon on here? No, I don't have fluorocarbon. I think no, I no longer have fluorocarbon. It's just a 4 pound line. It's a mono, Japanese mono, sunline. Yeah, that's it. And I have a heavier rod next to me. Thanks, Pat Duncan. Yeah, it was a healthy fish. Um, this reservoir does have a lot of very healthy bass, which is why I got into an argument with people online telling me that the fish that my kid caught that was definitely a very healthy 19.5 inch bass was 2 pounds. I mean, should have probably just deleted the comments and not bothered with it. But a 19.5 inch bass based on a healthy fish is at least 3.5 pounds. And I caught a fish that was smaller. I was thinking it was a fish for a sec. We caught a smaller bass last year, and that was 3.6. I was hearing the same thing. You know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to get a scale. I'm gonna trap those people. I'm going to get a scale. I'm going to make a short, and I'm going to say exact weight of the fish that I weighed, but I'm not going to show proof of the scale. And I'm going to get all those people in the comments, and then I'm going to make another short and make them famous. I've lost interest in professional fishing. I fish alone unless I invite Buddy to fish. I can't stand how overfished the public water is. Yeah, you do bring scale. Yeah, I gotta buy a scale. From what I read, Rapala is the best scale for the money, I think. What scale do you guys use? Can somebody tell me? I don't have a scale because I mostly don't fish for bass. We fish for panfish. So I just don't want to drag more stuff with me. I usually have a chest pack. But now I think this can be an interesting adventure. So if you guys have a scale you'd like to recommend, as long as it's not like $100, throw it in the comments. All right, let's see. So yeah, the way I fish that lure is I basically keep it barely in the water. I try to go over the weed beds and I twitch it. I'm a Jersey twitcher, and I let it drop sometimes. I noticed that if I try to set the hook fast, I lose fish. So I let the fish really swallow it. That's what happened on the last fish we caught. Let's see, Rapala scale is good. This is also an option. Let's see. Walmart Berkeley works just as good as Rapala. Yeah, I saw the Walmart Berkeley scale. It was $30, I think. Yesterday I was at Walmart. Hold on, I think it might be a fish there. So yeah, I was thinking between Rapala and Walmart. Those two scales seem to be budget friendly and just overall that's what people use. I'm gonna see. The Rapala that I found on Amazon is a little bit more expensive, but we'll see. I think Berkeley even gives you a measuring scale as part of their kit. All right. If I break it, I can easily grab another. All right, so this week I'll buy a scale. My best video, I think, made me about $3. So I got a $3 discount because of people arguing about the weight of my fish. All right, one more cast. I'm gonna go right along the bank. I think that's what produces results here. Let's see if we can get a fish. I'm trying to keep. Nah, snag the weeds. Let me do another cast here along the bank, and then I'll grab my rod. Just get a little closer. I'm feeling a bite right there. Ah, jeez. Grumpy almost went swimming. Okay, I'm feeling that spot right there. Hopefully nothing big. Oh, yep, we got a fish. I told you. Hold on, let it drop. I have fish. I should have waited a little bit. Didn't set the hook properly. Hold on. See if we can get it again. Get a little bit closer. I should grab my other rod. Right at the top water. But I think I'm casting myself into a fish. I don't know why. Unless I cast myself in I cast myself in the perfect piece of weeds. There it is. All right, let's walk down a little bit. I'm gonna have a fish. Just don't want to slip here. Okay, this is the spot right here. Very weedy. Let's try this. Old kid also have your grippers too, but they don't know more. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can get a decent sized fish. I know they're in there. I should have probably not come so close. Maybe they see me now. But trust me, at this place, there's so many dinks. Come on. Yep. Had another bite. Okay, that's it. Today's the last day I'm using this hook. Let me see if I have. Let me see if I have anything else right now in my pack, because the reason I can't set the hook is the reason I can't set the hook properly is because I don't have enough hook exposed. Oh, grumpy. I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna buy a shaky head or tricky head, whatever it's called. There's gonna be a fish. I can feel it. Yeah. So I had 2 strikes and I didn't set the hook on any of it. Let's keep going. Now, push myself into the weeds. So many bluegill bass out here. I'm out of here. Great chatting with you. Talk again soon. Paul, stop by again. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for talking to us. And I will be buying a scale. Thanks for the recommendations, guys. Thanks again, Paul. I hope you have a wonderful day. Good to see another gentleman from New Jersey. All right. Get no bite. I'm gonna cast the jerk shad and change the spot. Man, I had 2 bites right there. Couldn't set the hook. All right, let me do one more cast. 32 people watching. Thanks, guys. All right, let's get the jerk shad. See if I can get anything with a jerk shad, and then we'll switch spots. Whoa, that thing flies. Hopefully not right into the seaweed. What I should have done probably is I should have kept the wacky rig hook because it was weightless. All right, let's try one more cast with the other thing. The best fishing you ever seen, Brad? I don't know about that, man. I don't think. I think you're kidding. But we did catch. How many bass we caught? 3 bass. So I can't say it's terrible. But 3 bass. We lost a bunch of bass because I don't have the. Maybe we can catch another one. All right. I'm doing my last cast at this spot. We're moving. One thing I found out is you got to move faster. If anything I learned today, we got to move faster. I sit for too long at the same spot. I should really do like 5 casts per spot per rod. Not fish. All right, let's go. Let's move, guys. 35% on my phone, so I can fish for probably 30 more minutes. Let's try to catch a fish or 3. Oh man, not the trash, dude. Why you gotta leave trash around? All right, I have my backpack on me. Let's throw it in. Take the Gatorade bottle to where it's supposed to be. All right, do a little reconnaissance mission. Yeah. Yeah, let me change my spot up here. I do notice that a lot of fish are right by the bank. All right, let's see if we can catch another bass. All right, I'm gonna say I'm gonna have one fish for you in 10 minutes. Let's start the counter. Let's see if I'm lying. Come on, get off the seaweed. All right. Pressure's on, pressure's on. That's a good cast right there. Come on, bass. Anytime now. Last cast of this spot. So yeah, today I'm gonna order a better hook. I see a bass feeding over there off the top surface. Let's see if we can get him and actually hook them. Hey, line fishing. Were you here when I caught that healthy fish, Ryan? I didn't catch a monster, but I think about 20 minutes ago. All right, but there's a bass feeding here. Maybe I can catch you a fish right now. No. All right, let's move. I'm going to change the location, and I'm pretty confident I'm going to catch a fish in the next 5 casts, or at least I'll have a fish on the hook. I might lose it though. Right? Can you recommend me which jig head to use for a setup like this? I heard about a Gamakatsu. What's it called? Tricky head or something like that. I don't like that one. All right, I'm feeling this cast right here. This is very appealing to me right here. Uh, Unless I keep no, that's weeds. Hmm, no wow. You saw the pumpkin? No, after the pumpkin, we caught the biggest bass for the day. I caught right after the, well, not right after, but probably like 20 minutes ago. But yeah, I'm gonna buy a better hook. The only problem with the better hook is I'll be picking up more weeds. That's the only thing I don't want to do. All right. I was thinking differently about this spot. I thought it was gonna have a bite. All right. Weeds. Weeds again. All right. Let's Oh, by the way, guys, for those of you in the live stream, so today, as soon as I come home, I'm gonna make a post. I broke 5,000, and I promised people a giveaway at 4,000. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post just a regular post, no video, because I really don't want people that don't follow me or don't show up for my live streams and don't subscribe to me to win a giveaway. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna do a giveaway as a post, and I just need you to comment on it. And since I was supposed to do it at 4,000, I'm gonna give away that reel, and I'm gonna give away more stuff. Like I'll give away a couple of packs of jig heads, and I'll give away a couple of ultralight floats. Jeez, why does this guy have to be so loud? It's like he's selling the macaroni factory in the bank. Okay, fish. Nope. Unless I lost it. Nope. All right. Gotta get the new hooks today. Yesterday I was doing great. Today, I'm embarrassing myself. I was doing great with the setup. Maybe the hook got stopped being sharp. It is very sharp. Hmm. Let's try it again. Okay, that's a good spot right there. Oh my gosh, I got 3 minutes left to catch you guys a fish. I'm gonna be wrong twice. I might have to show up with clown shoes here next time. Thanks, Mika. So yeah, today I'm gonna post. I'm gonna think. I'm trying. I'm gonna try and make it really good because I promised 1,000, and I was going to make a video, but I kept thinking to myself, if I make a video, it's gonna get shown to people that. And I'm not trying to make a giveaway video for more views. I just want to give away people that actually support me. So today, as I come home, I'm taking everything I'm gonna give away. It's probably gonna be about, I don't know, close to like $100 worth of stuff. I did buy that reel on clearance. I just don't know how I'm gonna deal with people. I might not be able to give away things. I might have to be only to people that live in the United States. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the people that don't live in the United States because I can't just like be sending people money. That's not an option right now. Hmm. Maybe it's because I caught these fish here yesterday morning. They don't want to bite the lure as much. Hmm. No, it's certainly thinking. All right, let's throw the jerk shot. Maybe there's some big fish out there somewhere. I would say at least size one hook for the bigger species. I do have a size one. We were fishing with a size one wacky rig. You know what? I should have not done. Probably, I should have not put that fluke on, or maybe too big. It's too big of a hook that I'm using. I should have probably kept the wacky rig. Very weedy here. This is what I was using when we were using the wacky rig. Where's the thing? It's a specific wacky rig hook with the, it was weedless. And we did catch a fish on it. All right, let me see where else I can cast this. I'm trying to kind of out of the weeds. And it swims beautifully. Kind of still staying weedless, which is surprising. Let's do one more cast of this thing, and I'm going to go back to using that little one. All right, maybe we'll be able to break 50 likes today. I'd appreciate that. And I was wrong again. I did not catch you a fish. Wow, look at that, Grumpy. You're horrible. Okay. All right, let's get started. I'm going to see how my schedule is. I can do probably like 2 or 3 live streams this week, but I might be able to get out here in a kayak tomorrow morning. Probably should have just stayed with the wacky rig. I feel like fluke is a little better when you fish it out of a kayak or a boat with more with less weeds. All right, let's stop playing around with the fluke. I did catch a fish on this one yesterday, but I was using the wacky rig hook, and it was weightless. The weedless hook thread the same way and slow reel. Yeah, I think Ron. You know what? Let me fish a little bit with this, and then we'll switch that hook to weedless, and I'll still try the shad because I did catch a bass yesterday on that shad using that hook. I don't know why I decided to put a jig head on. All right, let me reduce my screen brightness a little bit so my phone lasts. All right, let's get a fish. All right, usually the first cast is usually the most successful one. Oh, the bass just went after it. Hold on, he's right there. He just went after. He actually jumped out of the water. I'm gonna go right over that again. Oh wait. Got into weeds. All right, Grumpy, come on. Usually when you come to a new spot, you only have so many casts before a fish realizes what's going on. Weeds. Yeah, this morning is definitely not as productive as last morning. I was not on way, but you know what? Hold on. I'm fairly weedless right now. I know there's a bass within the next 5 feet. Let's see if he's a hungry fella. Nope. Let's try it again. More weeds. What if I just guess this straight out? Let me read it. 1 second, Ronnie. I saw you said something. All right, I'm gonna do 5 more casts, and then we're gonna rig the weedless hook and try to jerk shad. And then I'm just gonna sit here and cry. Like this was working so well yesterday morning. Hold on, there's one more spot I want to try real quick. It's right here. All right. Okay, one more cast. Come on. Last one. Yeah, weeds. All right. Let's set up the weedless hook. I don't know why I did this, but I felt like it was a good idea at first. You can use that weedless hook thread the same way to slow reel it. Yep, I'm gonna do that. I'm actually gonna put my wacky rig back on. I think wacky rig is by far the most fun rig to use because you can fish it so many ways. And I haven't been good at catching fish with it up until this year. I've been using Z-Man micro grubs and shad in white with blue flake. It's been by far my most productive bait this year. I do have a ton of Z-Man stuff. I love their stuff because it never breaks. Let me check. Let me print screen. It's always the last cast low until it isn't. You're not wrong, Mirror Image. Welcome to the live stream. Dude, I had a lot of last casts. Especially when I go out with kids fishing at sunset. We always end up overstaying. Like yesterday, we were walking through the woods, pitch black. But you know what's great? You know why this silly mount is great? You see that mount I have? At night when you're coming home, if you want to make videos with your kids on your phone, you're coming home, you put the phone, and you don't have to hold the phone with a flashlight. I know it's a revolutionary idea, but it's kind of it's kind of cool. That's why I always drag this mount with me everywhere. I don't know what it looks like from the side, but let me print screen that. Mr. Little Chimpy, Z-Man Grows. These are Gamakatsu. Not Gamakatsu. These are Yamamoto. Yamamoto Senko. Let's see. Let's get wacky with it. Oh, sheesh. Brian, how do you fish the? How do you like to fish the wacky rig weightless? Do you give it 2 pops and slowly reel it? How did I get a weedless hook into the weeds? I know there's a bass right there. That's where he went after my stuff. Oh wait, Ryan, I know you're gonna know this guy. That's the wacky rig hooks I bought. Let me show you. But this guy is smart because he used fluorocarbon as a weed preventer. Hold on. We're about to lose this worm. I'm gonna put a different worm on. Meanwhile, I'll show you the hooks I use because you're probably gonna know this guy. Me and my kid watched videos by him, and he's the sweetest gentleman in the world. Shaw Grigsby. I know it's probably funny to you that I don't know this guy, but very nice gentleman. My kid and I watched a video by him. He's the sweetest gentleman in the world. So I'm using his wacky rig hook. And this is the other thing I use. I showed it to you guys before. Should we try the jerk shad? Let's try the worm for a couple of times. I'm at 21%. Wow. How did I miss that? All right, here we go. Mikey. Hey, who's that? FaceTime Pat. Let's see, where's my fluke? Just gonna let it drop to the bottom. Trick worm when wacky rig fishing. Zoom trick worm. Okay, I'll look into it. Trick worm. Is it longer? I know it's skinnier, so it has more action. Hmm. I'm gonna give away a bunch of stuff because I'm gonna give away a bunch of stuff because I promised people to give away stuff at 5,000, 4,000 subs, and I'm late, so I crossed 5,000. So now I'm gonna give you guys more stuff. I'm gonna figure out what exactly I'm gonna give away, but it's gonna be a reel, and it's gonna be some ultralight stuff. I don't know why I cast it over there. I already did that cast. Maybe I'll do a faster retrieve with it and more twitch. Like subsurface, barely on top. Yeah, I think Trickworm would do better because it would have more action. Let me do one more cast over the weeds, and I'm going to change my spot. I think this was my most productive spot yesterday. Whoa, that was terrible. All right, let's change the spot real quick. I know I'm trying to catch at least one more bass before I have to go. I think I'm going to live stream for like 15 more minutes. I can't believe I didn't catch a fish here. All right. I did have a lot of bass come off today. That was a little upsetting. Interesting spot. Let me see if I can. Yeah, I like this spot right here. Oh yeah, right here. Let me. Yeah, this should be good. I like this spot. What I'm actually going to do is, I like that spot right there. There was a guy just fishing it, but I don't think he was fishing what I'm going to be fishing. So let's try it. $16. Sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I had a call from one of my customers. I can fish for 10 more minutes because I got a job. I got to go drive somebody. But the good news is, while I was on the freaking phone, there was a bass that came from my. Oh God. Okay, Grumpy. I can definitely still fish, but I gotta be I gotta pick somebody up in 30 minutes, and I cannot pick up a very rich gentleman dressed like this. So here's what we're gonna do. I can't believe I missed that fish too while I was on the phone call. All right, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna try to catch you guys a fish. As soon as I catch a fish, the stream ends because Grumpy got a job. And now I come over that spot, and the fish is not bite. There was a bass that came more after it. Ah, that sucks. Of course. All right. Let me stay closer to the bank. All right, let's do 2 more casts with this, and we'll go with the, and then we'll use the jerk shad. That was amazing. How did I manage to do that? How did I just manage to do that? Hold on, gang. A grumpy thing. Okay, we're good. To another job. Yeah, I know. Listen, I wish I was getting jobs nonstop, but unfortunately, that's not how it works. All right, hold on. Grumpy, not now. Come on. All right. I know there has to be fish here. So 2 more casts with this thing. Not too fast. All right. And what if there's a bass that way? All right. Let's switch to the wacky worm. The bite definitely died off, huh? Soft spots, it was so good. All right, let's go. Wacky worm. Hey, Grumpy, what's going on, super flies for super guys? How you doing, man? It's my brother from Canada. All right, I'm trying to catch fast before I have to run to the car. I'm gonna. The pressure's on. Oh man, there's so much muck in there. I don't want to drop it down to that into that muck. All right, 1 more wacky's cast, and I'm gonna change to jerk shad. Yeah, Ryan, I'm gonna pick up that trick worm too. I've never used trick worms, but I think they're definitely better for for the wacky rig setups. At least based on how the fish bite here. I did have more success here with the wacky rig, with the weighted hook. Bass. Oh my god. I guess he missed it. I guess he missed it. Hold on. Let's see if he'll come back for it. It's right there. I think get another bite. Hold on. I heard people use like high vis lines so they can see if the bite happens. But nah, I'm not. Hmm. Oh, fish! I got him. Okay. Ah, he came off. All right. Well, at least we know that worked. Yeah, I don't think he'll be. At least, at least we know the wacky rig works. I basically bring it over to where he was sitting and dropped it, and he bit it. I don't think he's gonna be biting again though. But I know there's a bass there that came up when I hit my other rig. Hey, what's going on, Real Texas Fishing? Fish time with Grumpy. I know, not for long because I had a customer that called me. I gotta go drive somebody. Uh, I work as an on-demand private driver, so I got a nice 3-hour job. So I know there was a bass that came after another lure I had. He was right there. While I was on the phone, it actually surfaced coming after my other lure. I don't think we're gonna get another bass over there though. That fish was on and came off, and I don't think he's coming back. 10% battery on my phone, so perfect live stream. My phone did not die. All right, that's it. Throw the fluke on, do 3 casts, and call it a day. I'm gonna take off the worm. I'm gonna throw on the zoom jerk fluke or jerk shad, whatever you guys call them. Okay, I'm gonna buy me a trick worm. If Ron says to buy a trick worm, Grumpy buy a trick worm. All right, this is not the most ideal setup, but let's see what happens. At least we're weedless. Okay, that's good. Man, that fluke swims so nicely. It goes side to side if you just twitch, 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 twitch. Oh, it swims beautifully. It like goes side to side. I want to fish this fluke for the next 30 minutes, but unfortunately I cannot. Nah, that's a good cast right there. Hold on. Ooh, there's a bass right there. Hold on. Wow. This is a beautiful lure to use. Just saw a bass surface. Hmm. All right, guys, I got 2 more casts in me, and then I really have to run. We could have caught you more fish, but that's how it is. I catch more fish on pink or orange than any other color. All right, let's print screen that Superfly is giving advice. I listen. All right, let's go. Two more casts. That was not the way I wanted to go, but whatever. Let's ride along the bank. Hmm, come on. All right, Mika, thank you for hanging out with me, man. I appreciate you, as always. Hope you have a good day at work. I'm about to be working in the next 15 minutes. Well, not 15, 20. Just gotta, I always keep changing clothes in my car. I really want to cast one more time. I know I said that was my last cast, but let me cast one more time. Hopefully, not pick up the weeds. All right, guys, this is it. Thanks for hanging out with me. Watch out for the posts for the 5,000 subscriber post, and it's coming today for sure. All right, thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate all of you. And Northstorm, what's up? Sorry, I gotta end my stream. I gotta run to my car. I got a job to do. But thanks for hanging out, and I'll post that 5,000 subscriber giveaway today. Take it easy, guys. Thanks for hanging out.